Okay, assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Thank you for Fatira to present for the key economic data for you. And now I will present for the mean standard of the living indirector. For my point, firstly, we will divide for the mean standard of the living indirector. We can divide this to 5 points. Firstly, we will be purchasing the power and the safety, the health care, the climate, the cost of living. Also have the property price to income, the traffic, the the community time, also the pollution. This different 8 points. The very high one will be the climate and with the pollution. The climate, the air pollution will higher like the 17.2. The in this table we have to show the pollution will be the 19.4, but the air pollution will be high, will like the 17.2, and the high one will be the property price to income and also with the traffic commuting time. These two will like the for the 13 will be the property price to income. The 49 will be the traffic commuting time. And the moderate will like the safety and the healthy care. The safety will be the 46. The safety will be the healthy care will be the 46 and the safety will be the 43. And the very low one has the two, the cost of the living and the purchase power. The purchase power is the 20 and the cost of living will be the 13. And for the poverty rate of our contract competitive, we can combine 2 years, 2014 and 2020. 2014 will be the 15.8 and the 2020 will be the 16.2, and the internet user in Indrapit in 2020 year will be the 44 million, and the social media use will be the 42 millions. Next part will be the elected of the interpret. The production will be the highest one. It will have the 171, and the next one will be the consumption. It will be like the 115, and the next will be the exports. Exports just have the 1.1 158, and the imports will like the 14.3, and the last one will be the instant generation capacity. It will like the 38.88 million. And for the electrification, the total population will be the 99.6. For the umbrella air will be the 100, the rear air will be the 99.3, and the source from the totally installed capacity, the highest one will be the fourth floor and the zero of the nuclear force, and for the water rig, the highest one will be the 125 of the direct electric plant, and also the 150 of the other renewable. Next one will be the water. The summary of the trend in drinking water coverage by the Wells Quarter. We have combined with the 5 different levels: the poor, and the middle, the rich, and the research. We have divided the 3 different types: the national, the umbrella, and the rural. For the price, we can divide from 2 we divide all from the two special years, the 2000 years and the 2070 years. For the poorest, they don't have the too much different. Just they are very near with each others. But we can combine from the poorest with the richest. The poorest of the national, they just define, they increase 5 point, and the rich with the research, they don't have too much difference between these two, and the middle is very near with the poor and the rich and richest. Next part will be the drinking water coverage. Drinking water coverage, we can have the different reason of that, like the householder connection and the point water, the water source on premise, the improvised water source on premise. For this different point, I think we most to provide for the most suggestion is for the improvised water source on the premise, because these have very short, very short the difference between the richest and the poorest. But for the householder connection, it have too much difference between the richest and the poorest. And the next part will be the summary of the trend in sanitation, the coverage by the various criteria. And we also combine from the national, the umbrella, the readers, and we have divided from the poorest, the poor, the middle, the rich, and the richest. We also have two different years, like the 2000 years with the 2070 years. Firstly, we can see for the rural, the different will very big difference with the poorest and the richest. But for the national, they don't have too much difference between the poor with the poor. But for the poor with the richest, they from the national, it also have too much difference with in the 2000 years. But for the 2070 years, for the pros and the research don't have the too much difference, because the research has the reduced, but for the pros have the increase. Next part will for the personal health. About the personal health, like the physician, the nurse, plus midwife, and for the hospital bed. For the hospital bed, the very least of the hospital bed is in the 2011 years and the 2030 years. For the physician, the least will like for 2018 years and 2070 years. I think this is a better things. And for the hospital, for the nurse and the midwives, it also has some reduced from the 2007 years until the 2018 years. It reduced like the for the 0.4. And next part will about the COVID-19. COVID-19, we have research some the COVID-19 situation in energy forms during the 11 November 2020 years. The COVID-19 result covered were like the 160 616, and for the COVID-19 deaths will be the 16,405, and for the deaths per million will like the 66.04. of the population. And for the confined meat, we're like the 109, 881. 109 and 181. For the lifestyle, this will like have the diabetes, the hypertension, the obesity, the hypolipidemia, and also have according to the stroke. For the direct beat, we'll like the 6.5%, and for the obesity, we'll have the 33.1%. For the formula will have the 14.5 and 21.4. For the hyperlipidemia will like the 38.6. It resides close storage level, and according will like the 13,957. The strike key will like the 33,600. And the HIV, people living with the HIV, all the AIDS will reduce like the 26,000 in the 2019 years, and for the AIDS will less than 500. Okay, that's all from my point, and I will to pass to my group member Sora. Thank you for your listening, and that's all for the main strategy of living in directors. Now I will give a floor to the Sora to wrap up the presentation. Thank you.